what is this performance marketing, how is the domain, and what is expected to see success in this domain, and how can you learn the skills. Couple of things. Okay, so I'll introduce all of you quickly. So offline we are there are three people here. Okay, and online three people have joined. So Sabha and then Vikas, Prasad. So they have joined only for the performance marketing. Okay, and coming to Priya and here Pavitra and Parimala. Okay, so they have joined for the complete digital marketing course. Yeah, and Sabha, I guess Sabha also for the complete digital marketing course.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Okay, so I would like to understand from everyone's side why is that you want to learn digital marketing, so that it will be there will be lots of insights for everyone here in this class as well. Okay, so maybe one of you can start. What is your understanding about performance marketing, at least in terms of opportunities, not in terms of the domain, at least in terms of opportunities? Why are you desperate and what are you doing quickly, so everybody can introduce yourself. Okay, so maybe Vikas, you want to speak first?
Okay.
Yeah,
So this side is because I'm from Mumbai. Okay, and my highest qualification is MBA Finance. And I do have like 12 years of experience, but that is into the investment banking domain. Currently, yeah. So currently, I do stock market trading as a swing trader, and recently I have done the digital marketing course as well. But right now, as we know, Mr. Manjunath sir is specialized in all those he have the expertise. So I decided to move from all the way from Mumbai to Bangalore to learn the performance marketing aspect. So in performance marketing, what we can learn is how to grow the business of the our client. How can we make their presence in a Google on an online digital platform, and we can maximize their client by running the Google ad, Facebook ad, and other aspects as well. Which detail I can know.
good. Thanks, Vikas. Okay, so you all got to know about Vikas, right? Yeah. So Prasad, maybe Prasad or Sabha, one of you can quickly brief about your expectations as well from this course. Okay. So
Yeah,
why do you
sure.
want to learn? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why do you want to learn performance marketing, and how do you think that could change your career? Yeah. Yeah, Sabha, please go ahead and introduce yourself, Sabha.
Hi everyone, this is Sabha, and currently I'm being a working professional in this domain only as a digital marketing manager, and I'm looking for this performance marketing course just to improve the skills whatever I have, and looking forward to perform in an advanced level of this domain. Actually, if we are going to do in this advanced technology or whatever the things using the performance marketing that improves the digital marketing scenario. So yeah, that is the thing what I'm here, and I'm looking forward to learn a lot of in this domain only. And so yeah, of course.
Yeah. Thanks, Sabha. So offline joiners, you all can hear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So fine. So Prasad.
Hi everyone, I'm Prashant here. I'm currently living in Chennai. I have just opted this course just because I'm a working professional actually, and
Okay.
I just want to move to the ad ops team.
Okay.
So I need skills to learn performance marketing skills, which is online marketing and Amazon ads. Those
So
skills.
Prasad, which domain are you currently working on?
It is a digital marketing only, and currently I'm in print side, which is newspaper ads.
Okay.
Yes. So just because to learn online marketing, just opted this course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine, Prasad. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So you all also have to introduce, please, Priya or maybe Pavitra and Parimala. So I'll quickly brief about them. So they are all uh, undergoing the complete digital marketing course. They have from the previous batch. They have already learned SEO. Okay, SEO and the SEO, the complete SEO and website development. Okay, and they'll be part of this performance class as well. Yeah, that's about them. They are the students for the last 1 month or beyond already, more than that, close to 2 months. right? And probably they can share their experience with regard to SEO going forward. Okay, especially for whomsoever are not opting SEO classes or the website development classes. Okay, so quickly, so performance marketing mainly deals with. I will share the screen. Okay, let me share the screen. Online join is you all see the screen, right?
Yes, it's visible.
So performance marketing mainly deals with the ads on various platforms. Various platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google Ads, Google Ads, Bing Ads, YouTube, Quora, and many other platforms. Many other platforms. It can be any platform on the internet. Any platform on the internet. Okay. So I'm coming to Amazon marketing. Okay. Amazon marketing or Amazon ads. You here might build a new platform and it might grow as big as Facebook, Instagram, or any other platform. That will be your name.com or something, yourname.com or something, and even you might build this ad part. Even your platform might serve ads. So then all digital marketers have to learn your domain name, whatsoever name you are going to give to it. We have to learn ads. So that's how TikTok. When TikTok, you all know TikTok, right?
Yes, yes.
TikTok, it's banned in India.
Yes.
Banned in India, but there is a ad platform for TikTok, right? And many companies look for people with expertise to run ads on TikTok as well. We are not going to learn this. Okay, this program doesn't cover TikTok ads. Okay, right? Performance marketing mainly deals with direct measure of return on investment. Okay, deals with direct measure of return on investment, right? So for example, business owners will think from this perspective, like I'm spending 100 rupees, how much am I going to get out of 100 rupees? If they're investing 100 rupees, probably they'll be expecting 10 times returns or 20 times returns or 100 times returns, right? So that is, I have invested 100 rupees and the return on the investment is 1000 rupees, right? So coming to job opportunities, every company needs performance marketer. Performance marketer. So, for example, you take any company that is into mainly into B2C segment, customers, business to customer. B2C is business to customer. So, guys, so if you are not following, if you're not able to understand, you can stop me and you can ask the questions. Okay, okay. Mainly B2C companies. So, for example, Flipkart. Flipkart needs someone to run Google Ads, a professional to run ads on their platform, a professional to run ads on Bing, ads on social media platforms, or you take Big Basket, or maybe you take any other e-commerce companies that you know, Mintra, Jabong. See, these are aggregators, but if you look at any other, let's say you have started your own brand, you have started your own brand selling apparel or maybe imitation jewelry or maybe something, right? So now you will be promoting your product on Facebook, Instagram. See, organic marketing is different and promoting your product by paying to respective platforms is different. See, back to a decade or even before that, we used to use the word called paid marketing, right? So now that paid marketing is being referred to as performance marketing, right? So paid marketing in course of time looked very ugly, sounded very ugly. Paid marketers, paid marketing, what is this paid marketing, paid marketers? So eventually the terminology has evolved to performance marketing, right? So performance marketing, salaries, coming to the salaries. See, now first thing, a lot of, see, the professionals are hired mostly by startups and service-based companies. Like Accenture is a service-based company, Wipro, TCS, Infosys, there are a lot of companies. So they may not hire, they may not put the designation as digital marketer, or they may not put the designation as performance marketer. Their designations will be completely different. But then they will hire people who knows these skills. Okay, so they will call as some associate, some marketing analyst, maybe something else. The roles all are going to be quite different. Okay, so if you are joining such kinds of companies, your packages would be anywhere between 3 to 6 lakhs as a fresher. Okay, and if you are joining any other startups, okay, let's say our agency needs a performance marketer, right? So even we might hire somewhere around this package for freshers 3 lakhs, or maybe even the companies, if you are very fresher, you just getting started with it, you have no prior experience, people might start paying somewhere around 2.4 lakh to get started. But you should not reject these kinds of opportunities also, because they are giving you opportunity to see, you will be paying to training institutes and learning, correct? Now in this scenario you are getting paid and you will get an opportunity to learn. So when I started my job, my salary was just 10 to 12K. Okay, and when I was quitting in 2018, my monthly pay itself was in lakhs. Okay, I was getting at least 2 lakhs from one company, and I used to do consulting, I used to do various other things. I was making several lakhs a month. Okay, see, so you should not be killing your opportunities. And of course, an agency will hire professionals at CTC of 5 to 12 lakhs freshers also. Agency freshers, right? So but then their expectations will be very high, right? They expect expectations, if I have to put it across, number one will be exceptionally good at communication and good language, right? So in India, English is the most common used language for in the business transactions or in the businesses, and you should be very well versed with your language. Language is different and communication is different. Language is all about mastery over one of the subjects, the communication language which you use, the way, the medium that you are presenting yourself, right? And communication is how effectively you can put it across or you can convey things. That is communication, right? You could be very good at your language. It could be Hindi, Tamil, Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, or any language. You are good with language, but even if you are communicating Tamil or Telugu or Kannada, whichever the language it is, excuse me, you are not communicating things effectively, right? You might want to communicate something to your manager and your manager will take it wrongly. You will go and propose someone and they will take it wrongly. You will go and ask for something and they will take it wrongly. That is wrong communication, miscommunication, and you are not really effective at communication, right? So if you are crystal clear with communication and if you possess good language, you will be grabbing a lot of opportunities in the markets. Second thing, of course, companies would look at your analytical, logical, and reasoning skills, right? Analytical, logical, and reasoning skills. What are these skills? You all know already. Should I be explaining? Right? So, see, these are the skills which will indicate, which will convey that the person is smart, that the person is teachable, that the person is has good grasping capabilities, right? See, I have hired few tens or hundreds of people in the digital marketing roles at different organizations. I have never seen their prior experience in digital marketing. I used to hire only freshers. Even at Canada Digital, I have hired only freshers. I just assess their analytical, logical, and reasoning skills, their communication skills. Of course, if they are good at these things, just in 1 week they'll start performing. But this is not really assessed by all the organizations. Not really assessed by many organizations. So now you understand that if you are exceptionally good at communication and language and possess some domain knowledge, you can easily get into the domain, correct? Right? Right. So now if you come with a career gap, If you come with a cross domain experience, some other domain experience, you are already working currently, but you are suddenly planning to make a shift in your career to digital marketing. So then in those scenarios you would still get the opportunities. There's nothing as such you will not get opportunities. You just have to meet these criterias. Okay, these criterias, at least the first one and the third one, and the fourth one would be, you may not, you will be treated as fresher. Okay, so people coming from other domain experiences, especially if they don't have any relevant experience, if they don't have any relevant experience, they will be treated as freshers and would get fresher salary slabs paid. Okay, but there are many other scenarios. So the agency that which I have started my career, one of the top agency in India, right? This agency used to pay higher salaries for people coming with other experiences, because they used to consider their project management skill, their communication skills, right, their other domain knowledge. See, for example, you must have worked in apparel industry in sales. That knowledge is going to be super useful in your digital marketing domain as well. See, digital marketing needs knowledge about marketing, knowledge about sales, about the platforms, tools, about the tools or softwares like Google Ads, right? Google Analytics, Google Search Console, and many more. Okay, few tens, few hundreds of tools, or any tool that comes into the market. Learning these tools can be as simple as you exploring your smartphone and understanding all the options or features. Did you ever take any class for learning smartphone usage? You explored it all by yourself and you learned things in depth, correct? Everybody? Online joiners? Did you go for any smartphone classes, how to use smartphone?
Not enough.
Right? So same is the scenario with the digital marketing. Most of the times they are all self-explanatory, self-understandable. You will be able to explore them and learn or understand easily, right? Of course, so it takes a lot of time when you have to do it all by yourself. That being the reason you all have joined for a course, right? And in digital marketing, marketing and selling skills, I'll call instead of sales, marketing and selling. Marketing and selling skills take the topmost priority. You are using these tools just to take it to the public, right? But of course, what you speak, whom do you want to speak to, all this matters, correct? So if you are selling pens, okay, so you can take this pens to an IT hub like Manyata Tech Park, Bagmani Tech Park, EcoSpace. You go there and start selling the pens. You might not see expected amount of response, but the moment you take this to anywhere around the schools or colleges, you might see some traction, right? So this is understanding of the markets. So when I say marketing, there are thousands of things this way to understand and acquire more knowledge around it. It's not about the tools. Tools, any layman can learn all these tools very easily. The features, left side there is a publish button, right side there is a view button, settings button. It's as simple as you exploring any smartphone, or if any new platform comes in, you have to learn it all by yourself. The main core thing that you have to learn is the marketing and selling skills, right? We're going to learn those things as well as the tools or the platforms which we are going to use. Okay, so you all understood, right? People coming from other domain experience, especially if they don't have relevant experience, will be considered to be as fresher slabs. Some companies respect their other experience and considers paying higher salary. Okay, so if you have career breaks, If you have career breaks, you may have to work on it or face the consequences. Face the consequences. It's not that they're not going to give the job. It's not that employer is not going to offer you the job. They might say, see, you have a career gap, or you are a fresher, you will be treated as a fresher and we will pay you the fresher salary. If you have career gap, try to fill in that gap. Tell them that I have worked as an intern at XYZ agency, one of the top agencies, and I have got the best knowledge, right? Or I have experience. You try to fill in that experience. If there is any feasibility or possibility that you might have worked with your friend in a company as a co-founder or as a director or maybe on the marketing part, tell them that I don't have any pay slips, but I was working in this role and I have achieved all of these things. I used to execute the campaigns.
I will recommend that.
I have a very good domain knowledge, very thorough domain knowledge, and I think I'm very much suitable, and people will respect it. I know one of my friend who was running his own company. He was not successful. He struggled for some 6 to 7 years, and eventually he gave up on it. He decided to start a career on his own. He went and took up a package of 10 lakhs. See, if he was in domain from day one in a job and continued like that, he would have probably got paid more than 20 lakhs. CTC. But still, that was okay for him. Instead of getting started as a complete fresher, he proved his domain expertise. He told, I was running this company, I was running the campaigns, performance marketing campaigns, right? And now coming to other opportunity. So you are not really keen to work in any organization considering your time, bandwidth, or your other responsibilities. So sometimes people will have to take care of family. They don't want to work at any companies. So you will have a lot of freelance opportunities as well. Freelance opportunities as well. And grabbing this opportunity is purely your skill or capability. See, we all live in the same world, but not all of us are Ambanis.
So here I have one question.
Yeah.
So as a fresher, if any guy is fresher to the performance marketing domain, how he can grab this opportunity in freelancing as a freelancer in the
Okay.
market? Because the client is paid. Show us
Yes,
the
yes,
performance
yes, yes,
performance
yes,
product.
yes. So usually in freelancing opportunities, there are multiple scenarios. One is, as you mentioned, client would expect you to possess experience,
Yes.
right? So in those scenarios, you might miss out on those clients if you couldn't really convey that you are capable, though you don't have much experience. See, when you say you don't have experience, you will not grab opportunities. You will be missing out on a lot of opportunities.
So
Correct.
somehow we have to manage those.
Manage those things. So you have to publish your profile. I am a freelancer. I am working as a freelancer for all last this many. Now coping up with the tasks or
And we have
assignment or the
worked on
project.
these projects
Yes.
earlier. So that way we can tell you.
Yes, yes, yes. You have to showcase your profile. That see, there is a no big difference between 10 years experience as professional and 1 year experience as professional when both of their knowledge is same. There is no big difference between 1 year experience as professional and a super smart fresher whose IQ is great, who has just gone through a couple of practices, case studies, and has a very limited exposure, but still he will be 10 times better than somebody who has 1 year, 2 years experience. And I have seen this as well.
Yes.
Somebody will have 1 year experience and they will be very dumb, right? See, it's not just about the experience now. See, as a freelancer, you have to be very good at selling as well, right? See, selling skill and marketing skill is very much needed to every individual on the earth, regardless of the profession they are in. Correct? So, for example, if you have to sell yourself in an interview, you should possess that selling skill first. If you have to clear the interview, if you have to grab the job opportunity, you have to be good at selling yourself. You have to understand what sells you. A kid knows how to sell stomach ache and bunk the class. Correct? That's a selling skill. Correct? Without selling skill, you cannot really achieve everything in your life, anything in your life, right? So whichever domain you work, whether it is digital marketing or Manstack developer or Java developer, if you are looking for freelance opportunities, freelance projects, you have to be smart. You have to possess those selling skills. If you cannot sell yourself, you cannot even get married also. Correct? You cannot even bunk the class. If you cannot sell yourself, you cannot even bunk the class, right? So I have seen people may not really have a great portfolio, but then they'll be very good at selling themselves. They will sell themselves in the interviews. They will sell themselves in the nikahs, right? In the marriage proposals, they will sell themselves. They may not be that great, but how they sell, they prepare themselves from all the perspectives, right? Okay, anyways, I'll not get into much on that part. You all understood. Freelance, that is one scenario. And most of the times, most of the clients will not have time or ability to assess your skill sets or your experience. All they look at is how much is he charging, is she charging, right? They might speak to you if you are good with your communication skills. If you could respond properly to them, there are good chances that you might grab that job opportunity. However, since you all are in part of this training program, I'll make sure that you look like an experienced professional. That's the kind of knowledge we're going to acquire in this session. Okay, right? See, for you to learn 2 twos are 4 might take 20 seconds, 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 years. Correct? People are expecting whether are you able to put across tell the answer 2 to the 4 how much it is. If you could tell, same way you can learn the skills, digital marketing skills very quickly also when you get mentored by the right people, right? So some of you here might have heard of something like backlinks, right? So some of you could be might have digital marketing exposure. So they'll be working in the domain for the last 5-10 years and they don't know why the backlinks are built. They'll give some random reasons, like for example, I'll tell you, I'll take some examples. We quite often hear certain things from our ancestors, forefathers, parents also. They will tell something, when we ask the reason, they'll not have a valid explanation or answer around it. The problem is nobody ever explained them the actual scientific reason behind it, right? So for example, while having food, they'll suggest not to speak. When we ask the reason why we should not speak, they'll tell, I don't know, our forefathers told, grandparents told, they told this, them told, I don't know, you should not speak, that's all. Right? There is an actual reason why, biological reason, scientific reason why you should not be speaking while having the food. Correct? So same way why backlinks are built, they have no understanding, they'll be just building, right? See, when you don't understand the main goal or purpose, you cannot learn it quickly. See, the moment you learn, see, if you are by hearting a math problem, you will never learn. The moment you learn the formula a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2abc, you will be able to solve thousands of problems. If you are just practicing by hearting 1 or 2 problems, you will be limited only to those 2 problems. And now you won't be able to confidently tell that I'm capable of answering thousands of questions. Right? So same is the scenario with digital marketing. When you are blindly learning things, your knowledge will be equivalent to 1 year experienced professional despite having 5-10 years of experience. Right? The moment you learn it all technically, logically, the way how you learn a plus b whole square, you are super smart even with 3 months of exposure or 6 months of exposure. Getting it, guys? Any questions from anyone? Anybody has questions? No questions? Okay. So I believe some of you here are very new to the digital marketing domain and you may not know what is internet. So digital marketing is also called as internet marketing, right? I can write it as digital marketing or internet marketing or online marketing or e-marketing, all mean the same. Okay, right? So what is getting added additionally here? Digital, internet, online, e. Otherwise it's marketing. Correct? What is marketing? What is marketing? Anybody? No. Marketing is simply building visibility for your product, service, content, or for yourself with a goal or objective, and where this implementation, the process or act of you building visibility comprises market research, understanding of market research. You will understand where should I go and give an interview. How do I give the interview? You'll understand where should I be selling this product. That's market research. So marketing is act of building visibility for yourself or product or service or content or any information with proper strategy on the markets, with proper strategy about the end users or the consumers. It's marketing, right? So your marketing also has an objective. You do your see marketing in layman words, it's simply building visibility for something, or it can be anything. You're just trying to build visibility but with a goal. What is that you're trying to build? So in business it's to improve sales, right? If it is a marriage function, to give a build up, to leave an impression that you are affluent, you are rich, you are hero, you are great, you are powerful. That's what politicians also do, right? Your goal is to leave some impression. They have a goal, correct? That is a simple example of marketing is that. Why do they wear so much of gold? Why do they wear, they come up with a big team behind them? Why do they do all of that? To achieve that goal. If the goal is different, right? So they are going to propose someone, and that girl or boy, they don't like people with all of these things or rowdyism. They will leave everything and they will go. See, their goal is now different, correct? So based on the goal or objective, their marketing strategy is changing. The way their implementation, I would not say marketing strategy, what they do is completely changing. So your marketing is about building visibility, but how you build visibility is based on your analysis and goal, based on the goal, right? And selling, right? Now, so now this, if you're doing this on the internet, see, if you're doing this on the street, if you're doing it in your college campus, if you're doing it at your home, if you're doing it amongst your friends, it becomes an offline marketing, right? So if the same thing is done on the internet, it's called as internet marketing or online marketing or e-marketing. Okay. So guys, everybody, you have everything already documented clearly. I have typed here and I'll be continuing to type here. So you don't have to worry about the notes, or certain times I'll not type here. That being the reason, since you already have everything, right? I'm not going to type here, right? So you all understood marketing, correct? Now what is sales? After building the visibility for your product or service with a defined goal, you will work towards achieving that goal. Bearing the goal in the mind, you have done something and you don't know whether you will get the sale or not. Building visibility is your responsibility in marketing activity. Now achieving that goal is your responsibility in sales. And what you do achieve is, you might lie, you might fool people, you might do a scam, right? But it's purely called a scam only. If you're doing it scam, it's not called as sales. Sale is you're working with a defined goal or objective to achieve that goal or objective. In sales, you have to achieve that goal or objective, and to achieve that you do hundreds of things. It's not necessarily marketing, it's called as selling now. Marketing is already done, right? So a sale might happen out of your marketing activities also. You don't need a selling effort sometimes. Just a sale would happen just with marketing, right? You understood the difference between marketing and sales? So the main objective is, I wanted to tell you here what is digital marketing or internet marketing or online marketing or e-marketing. It's clear, everyone? Prasad, it's clear for you?
Yes, yes, it's clear.
Yeah. Okay. So now maybe we'll understand few more terminologies also, but they are not needed. Okay, we might have to understand search engines because we'll be starting with Google Ads or search engine marketing. It's important to understand how they all work and what are those metrics are. To remember or recall those metrics, we'll discuss search engines. Okay, so all SEO trainees. So how many of you remember how search engines function? So whomsoever has knowledge about SEO, will you be able to explain how search engines work? Anybody, regardless of even paid marketing, we do it on search engines. Anybody here knows how search engines work? Like Google, Bing, we all are using them for the last 1 decade, 2 decades, right? How do they work?
Once when any user,
Yes.
put the query in the Google
Yes.
search box,
Huh.
so that Google send that query to its backend their
Huh.
database. Okay.
Okay.
So their crawler that the crawler will go and search for the relevant answer for that query which has been fetch that and put it across to that user.
Okay.
This is the one.
Where did you learn this?
Some little bit knowledge. I know this is not a perfect answer, but something close.
Okay.
Close to
Correct.
that.
Correct. Okay. So it's not crawler will go to Google database and get the data from Google database. Crawler is there. Okay. Anybody?
I think basically it is used for ranking our websites
No, sorry.
for
Basically,
the content.
Sabha. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. I did not get it. Sabha, please. Could you please repeat it?
It was not me, it was Prasad, sir.
Ah, Prasad. Oh, sorry. Prasad. Could you
Okay, basically it is used for ranking our websites for the content. For example, if you can search something in Google,
Okay.
now we do get many contents, right?
So I am
So
searching it to you for all of your reference. Yeah, Prasad, you continue buy shoes online. I'm searching buy shoes online. Yes, Prasad.
Yes, the first two things they sponsored contents.
These are ads.
So
Okay.
yeah, for the first it's shown is first, so they might have used SEO functions. In
No,
this.
no, this is not
So there's
SEO. This is through Google Ads platform. Forget about this. And could you please tell me this? How is Google serving this?
I'm not sure. Okay.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Okay, see now to understand how are these coming in, we don't really have to understand how are these coming in. Okay, but then anyways, we'll quickly brainstorm. We'll understand how are these coming. Okay. See, first thing is if Google is serving this, Google should own it. Google should have it,
Yes.
right? So, for example, if I ask you, okay, so let's say you all are near to this institute, all must have come to HSR layout 24th Main. If I ask you how many bakeries or restaurants are there here in HSR, you won't be able to tell, or you will be able to tell. If you are in a position to tell, probably you must be walking in the street and you must have noticed them and you must have seen it with your eyes and pushed it to your memory.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
If you haven't noticed them,
Yes.
you won't be able to tell. Correct?
Exactly.
Correct. So exactly the same happens with Google as well, right? See, Google is serving it all to us because Google has seen it somewhere and has stored it. Now question is, how did it see? From where did it see? See, you are walking in the HSR layout. See, Prasad has not come to HSR layout at all to our institute, and you won't be able to tell anything at all. And if still Prasad needs that information, how will he get? Probably he might have to buy a ticket, come to Bangalore, come to HSR, come to 24th Main Road, take a look at HSR layout. Maybe for a week he will roam to and fro, back to and fro. Right? He will spend 1 week or 15 days of time in HSR layout, and that's when he will be able to understand or tell how many restaurants are there, how many beauty parlors are there, how many pubs are there. Correct? It's so hectic, it's so difficult. Now, how is Google acquiring that information or data? Correct? Yeah. So now what's happening is, so for all of that to understand, we may have to understand a couple of things, right? So that is internet. Everything that Google is accessing is on internet. Internet is simply as simple as, maybe I'll draw some. So what is internet? Anybody? To and fro communication. So internet is nothing but the exchange of information or the communication between the computers over the world wide web, right? Over the world wide web. So what is this world wide web? This world wide web is nothing but, so you all have seen this, right? Water from a dam or from a river, it all from the dams usually comes up to your house, correct? Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
How is all this pipeline connected from dam up to come your house, your state, right? So how the network is built, correct?
Yes.
So here it is one way. Correct. So now this optical fiber cables, you must have seen people laying it in your streets.
Yes. Yeah.
They dig the roads and they lay these optical fiber cables, right? So these are the cables that transfer the data, right? So these cables are not just laid in your street or next street or behind streets. This will be laid across the country and up to end of the country, and from end of the country it connects to another country as well, where this is built in such a way it goes up to every corner of the globe as much possible. They try to, that's why signals are poor in some areas, signals are good, connection is available, right? See, over this cable a computer can now get connected at Australia or maybe at Singapore. Now whatever, if my computer is also connected to this, right, this is world wide web, and now whatever I type, whatever I publish on Facebook can be accessed by somebody sitting in Australia or Singapore or New Zealand, and they'll also write comment on it, and you will get that. See, the communication is happening between two computers. You are simply thinking, and I'm publishing something to my phone to Facebook. It's not Facebook. Facebook is just a path or medium for you to publish onto the internet. See, basically, whatever you are publishing, you are putting into a server that is connected to the internet. And to put into that server, you are using Facebook as a medium, you are using Instagram as a medium, you are using LinkedIn as a medium, right? And now to access that content, you are again accessing it through a path, right? Bit tricky or difficult to understand for some of you. Okay, I'll tell you. I'll just speak about the servers. Okay, see, a server is simply maybe I'll draw. Okay, see, a server can be simply a storage space. A server is simply a storage space, something like this. I'll just use the art shapes. Yeah. So a server is nothing but a storage, a memory card, a storage space. But it's not. See, this is a storage space, but this is not called as memory card or hard disk. Hard disk also stores data. Memory card also stores data. Correct. So, but then this is called as only server. Why is that so? Because this has additional capability. It's not just storing the data, it can simultaneously connect with multiple computers and can exchange information to and fro, and it can also process the data or information. Correct, it has processing capability, and it can simultaneously communicate or interact with multiple computers. Considering this additional capabilities or powers, if you human has got superpowers, they will be called as superhuman. Correct. Correct. Same way here, it's not called as super memory card or super hard disk, it's called as server. Okay. So if, yeah, this server stores all the data or information in it, and it can be simultaneously connected by any computer, right, within the proximity or within the LAN cables. There can be a cable connecting from this to hard disk. Also uses cable, right? You will be connecting your hard disk to your computer through USB port. Correct. Same way, this will be connected over the cables, or it can be connected to the internet, and it can happen over the internet also. So for right now, server is simply a storage space with processing capabilities, right? And it can simultaneously communicate with multiple computers to and fro. It's a server. If it is kept in your office, and if it can communicate only with the 10-20 computers in your office, it's called as local server, right? Local server over the LAN. This is connected over the LAN, and it is only serving purpose within this organization, connected only with the 2010 computers. Correct. And now if this server is connected to the internet, it's called as internet server, right? If somebody has to see all of the trip photos, let's assume all of us had been to some good vacation, some trip, there are 1,000 photos. If all of them has to see those 1,000 photos, we will drop all of these photos here in some path, and from your computer you can access those photos, and it will be 191.21.62.7, some number. That is the IP address. That's the address. That is where all your photos are stored, right? I'll probably write it as 191.61.7 1972.6 IP address internet protocol address, right? And in this address, you have stated it as 2024 photos, right? And now you must have also segregated it as Canon camera, right? If you have to access the photos taken on the Canon camera, you have to go to this path which is named with is given a name 2024 photos, which this folder is put in this location, right? When you buy a plot from a 10 acres farmland, when a 10 acres farmland is developed and made into plots, when you buy a small plot over there, you will get the number, right? Survey number, the plot number, facing, everything. Same is the scenario. The internet is big, massive, and it has some storage space dedicated for it. And if the same happens on your computer, it will be D drive, E drive, C drive, F drive, P drive, K drive, whatever it is you want, correct? Here, instead of D alphabet, it's a IP address number. Got it? Clear? So now if you have to access content, you have to go to this number and you have to go to this location and you have to go to this folder and you will be able to access everything. And here also your photo is number is 121.jpg or 121 dot, it becomes internet server. Even now if somebody has to access content from this is going to be the path. Whether you access from your computer locally or if somebody from some other part has to access, you have to give this path. So it's basically it's going to be something like this, the path. I'll call this as path. Sorry. I'll call this as path. Now, if you have to send your 20 photos, if you have to ask your friend to see your 20 photos, you have to give them the path 191.61.72.6. Or if you have to simply tell my photos are all saved on this path, you have to give them this path. They will visit this path and they will explore 2023 photos, 2024 photos, right? Now, practically, will you be able to give this path to this number? Will you be able to remember, first of all, will you be able to remember this number? And let's assume you remember. I remember my phone number 8296494941. How many of you can repeat now? Even if you could forcefully remember and after 10 minutes or 1 hour you will forget, right? So this is how the content will be ideally accessed from the server. But now unfortunately people cannot remember it and it's difficult to remember it, people can forget. So now what we will do is we will give a name. Your name is 1 kilometer long. I will not able to use your name also. I'll give you a short name, pet name, right? Same way, now we will give a short name to it and we call it as domain name, right? And this domain name will be connected to this IP address. So now you don't have to tell you this IP address for people to access the content. You can simply type facebook.com and you will be able to access my website. Or you will be able to tell facebook.com my name, linkedin.com my name, or flipkart.com. You will simply type flipkart.com, right, instead of telling this, correct? Now what is happening? Flipkart, from this what we understand is Flipkart is storing all the content on an internet server in a specific address, correct? And now we are accessing that address using this domain name, using this name, correct? This domain name and IP address are both interconnected or linked. Whether you type this IP address or domain name, you will be able to access all the content stored in that path, right? Clear? Right? Now what happens is this way every website on the internet, see, internet server cannot be maintained by you. Local server, a small storage you can maintain. How can you have complete data of the world? Now internet server is like not at one place. It's a storage space, but ideally it has to get connected across the globe over the whatever the LAN or whatsoever it is. Correct? So now this cannot be done by you. That's where there are a lot of hosting companies. This is also called as host. The internet server or hosting. This is now connected This is now managed or maintained by somebody else and they offer as a service, and now from there you can buy a small space, right? You can buy a small space. Okay, so now this is an internet server. Here it is 191.61.72.6, or simply all related to Flipkart. Now this will be 191.61.72.7, or maybe some other random number, Facebook. Getting it? Now this is your storage space. This is your storage space. This is your storage space. This is your storage space, right? Now this is something anybody, since it's on the internet, anybody can go and access this. If you could type this address, or if you could type this address, IP address or domain address or the domain name, or it's also called as URL, universal resource locator. Okay, yeah, clear? Now if you and I can access, why not Google access, right? So Google, now what Google has done is, Google has, see, we all are human beings. We use our computers, we use our browsers, we use our eyes, we use our brain, we use our thought process. There's so much, correct? Now computer also has built an intelligence, same way like how human intelligence works, right? So now Google also has one server. Let me insert that Google server also here. Google also has one server. See, Google also has one server, right? So now Google, this is Google server. Okay. So now what's happening is, this is Google front end. Front end, maybe I will put the same screenshot, what you see here. This is Google front end. Okay, so this is front end, correct? You are typing here and data is coming from here. Data is coming from here. But how did, this is Google server. So I will call this as Google server. This is internet server. See, there are so many restaurants in HSR layout. There are so many pubs, parks. Do you know all of them? You don't know. Same way on internet server, there are millions of websites. Does Google know all of them? Maybe, may not know, but it has built a processor mechanism to get all of that information to its server also. It may not get 100%, but it's always striving at attempting to get all 100%. That being the reason, you type for anything and Google shows you, right? So now what Google has done is, Google has written a program, right? Like your washing machines, your refrigerators will have a piece of program in it. That's why after swing it turns off, after drying it turns off, after reaching a specific temperature it turns off, right? So there is a program written. The work of that program is, after achieving the temperature you turn off. Same way Google has written a program. The work of that program is, now go to the internet server. The work of that program is, go to the internet server. Okay, go to the internet server, read all the data, as much possible, and bring a copy back to Google server. Like you will roam across the city for 1 day, 2 day, 10 days, and you will try to remember everything. You will take a copy of it. Your eyes will see and take a snapshot. Your eyes are actually taking a snapshot and sending it to your brain. And your brain has a storage capacity and it is storing. Same is done by the Google bot. Same is done by the Google bot. It is sending this program to the internet server. It is going to the internet server. It is reading all the information and getting a copy back to the Google server and storing it on Google server properly, very organizedly. Okay. So if you are knowing where is park in HSR, you will quickly tell because you have seen it 100 times and you have stored that information in your brain. Same happens, right? Same happens with Google server. You are querying to Google server, right? Google server has received that information. I'm asking you 2 twos are how much? See, so quickly you are able to process so quickly. I'll ask you 9 into 2. I'll ask you the spelling of blue. I'll ask you the spelling of yellow. I'll ask you name me 2 herbivorous animals and 2 carnivorous animals. See, all of that is stored on your brain and you're quickly processing and getting that information. Exactly the same happens with Google search. You're asking from the front end all of that, and this is like your human brain. It processes so quickly and gets all the information back to the browser, your search engine, and serves it here. And now Google tells you won't be able to, I won't be able to calculate how quickly you told the spelling of BLUE, blue, but Google shows here the time it took 0.002 seconds to serve 500 results. Understood how search engines work, everybody? Clear? Now my question is again, why is it serving? Now look at the screen. Look at the screen. Why is it serving Myntra in the top? If I'm asking you, yeah, why is it showing Myntra in the top? It could have shown Niemans or Flipkart in the top, or maybe Super Kicks in the top, or AGO in the top, or Amazon in the top. So why is that Google so partial about Myntra? Or what did Myntra do to show up in the top?
They avail the service, the paid service.
There are like 3 also.
No. Yeah. Anybody, guys? Online joinees?
It is sponsored, right? So someone is.
No. See, if that's the
Keywords.
concept, no. See, cult is sponsoring, and where is cult here? Show me, where is cult? Cult is sponsoring, right? Where is cult here? Yeah, somebody keywords. No. Everybody has keyword. Don't you think Buy Shoes Online is not there in this? See, in fact, you won't see. Buy Shoes Online, and if you look at this, there is no Buy Shoes Online. It's Buy Shoes for men, women, and kids, and then comes online term. Buy shoes for men, women, and women, and you might probably see the exact keyword Buy Shoes Online in one of the websites. See, Buy Shoes Online in Metro Shoes, but Metro Shoes is not ranking in the top. If you think it's by keywords, Metro Shoes is not ranking in the top. Correct?
Meta title, meta description.
Everybody has, everybody for all of your information, Myntra, Jabong, Azio, whichever companies that you are seeing here, they are paying in lakhs to one individual SEO professional to rank the website in the top. Every company has brilliant SEO professionals working at their organization, but unfortunately, they just own the experience but not real brilliance to rank it in the top. They might have 10 years experience, 15 years experience, right? And their salaries could be 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs a month. But they don't have that intelligence or understanding why and how a website is ranking in the top. Or probably if not, one person may not that have that kind of salary, but there will be a huge team, let's say 30, 40 people just working on SEO. Or 20 people or 5 people, at least 5, 6 people working on SEO. Now think of the investment that every company has made in SEO to rank in the top. Everybody has SEO professionals, and everybody knows keywords, everybody knows titles, descriptions, everybody knows whatever you are telling, correct?
So do you think the Myntra is ranking upside because there's a SEO is playing a role into it. The keyword is playing a role into it.
Not keyword. There is something that Google is considering. If you have to be taken as a district collector, if you have to be IAS or IPS, okay, will you be simply considered for the role for Indian administration or any state administration services? There is so much of criteria, right? Same criteria applies for all of the such criteria applies for all of these websites as well. Whomsoever are performing well will be considered to show up at the top. What is that criteria? What is that criteria? What is it really counting or considering?
Google will consider three aspects.
Content. Content.
One is branding, CTR, and user engagement.
Yes.
Branding is nothing but
Crawl frequency.
profit.
Okay. Okay, so now I will try to simplify things for all of you. I'll put it in a layman language. Nobody would here understand if you directly use crawl stats, CTR, and engagement. We have to go with some examples, right? So one example. So are you all good up to here, right?
Yeah.
Anybody has questions? Anybody has questions, guys? No questions? Online joinees, are you all there? Yeah, yeah. No questions up to here, right? Any questions? Yes or no?
No, sir, go ahead.
No
Okay.
questions.
Okay, great. Okay. So now I will take a simple thing that which we all have experienced in our life. Okay. So let's assume you all have gone to exam hall writing exam hall to attempt an exam. Okay. So you will receive a question paper. You will receive a question paper. What will be your next action item? You have gone through all the questions. After going through all the questions, what will be your action item or what will you be doing immediately?
Whichever answer you start.
Whichever answer, whichever question is easy,
Yeah, easy
you will
will
start answering to that question, correct? It could be probably the fourth question or fifth question or 10th question or ninth question, it doesn't matter. Whichever is easy for you, you just started writing that first, correct? Why is it easy for you?
Because we have learned that before.
Read it more number of
We have
times.
a better understanding of it.
You read it more number of times, you have better understanding. You have better understanding of it because it's easy to understand, the concept itself is easy to understand, or you got time to read it more number of times. Basically, you read it more number of times, right? So same is the scenario with Google as well. So here, Google, you all know that Google has sent a bot to internet server, right? So this bot has got an opportunity to read Flipkart a lot of times. See, reading is not happening only once. If you are staying in this town for the last 5-10 years, you will get opportunities to visit a pub or a resort or maybe a hotel or a park multiple times, right? More number of times you visit, more the memories you will have, better the route map, but better the memory you have, right? So same is the scenario over a period of time, whichever website is being seen more number of times by bots. Here it is not called as reading. In digital marketing terminologies, in search engines terminology, we call it as crawling. It's not reading, it's crawling. The bot which has visited internet server might have probably seen crawled Flipkart more number of times, and this being the reason it starts showing Flipkart in the top. Right? So now there is a question, why is it reading Flipkart more number of times when there are so many other websites as well? Right? So we'll discuss those reasons. We usually discuss all of them in SEO, right? But for now, you remember for some reason, bot has read Flipkart more number of times and hence it has placed Flipkart in the top. Okay. So now, but what happened is, now Flipkart is being placed in, let's assume Flipkart has been placed in the top. But when you click on this URL is not working at all. It's rotating. It's rotating, it shows 404, or you might see no shoes at all. You are trying to buy shoes, but it is selling kids shoes. Or whatever it's selling, it's not really applicable for you. You cannot buy, there is no buy option for you. See now, if Flipkart is showing a website purely based on crawl frequency, based on crawling, Flipkart is now Google is not serving your purpose. See, Google works on three strong principles. One is Google has to serve highly relevant content to the user. What is relevant content? You are asking for shoes, but it shows slippers. That is irrelevant, right? You are asking, see, second principle or second objective of Google. First objective, it's clear, it has to be highly relevant. Second objective, it has to be up to date. It has to be up to date. Simple example, Salman Khan. No offense, just as an example, Salman Khan again drove a car on people or again killed a deer yesterday. And people started Googling Salman Khan accident today. If Google is serving 10 years back content, it is not serving up to date content. Google has a responsibility to serve the content which is being published 5 minutes back, 10 minutes back, or 1 day back, or the most recent news. Correct? That is example of up to date. See, Google has responsibility to serve relevant content. Google has responsibility to serve up to date content. And third objective is Google has to fulfill the final objective of the end user. If I am searching buy shoes on Google, I am the end user. Whomsoever are searching on Google, whomsoever are using Google are the end users. I am searching buy shoes online, and if any of this website is not serving the purpose, if none of these websites are not serving the purpose, then the end user's goal or objective is not fulfilled. If Google fails at any of these things, or three of these things, Google will not be used by people. People will stop using Google. This being the reason that there are so many search engines and we are not really using them. Correct? Do you think it's only Google? There are few tens of search engines, hundreds of search engines, and we may not be using all of them. Correct? And the most popular of all of them is Google, because Google is capable of serving relevant content, capable of serving up to date content, and capable of fulfilling the final goal or objective. And if Google fails at these things, people will stop using Google. And if people stop using Google, Google will stop getting their ad revenue, which it's earning in several hundreds of crores every week from across the globe. Hundreds of crores every week from this ads. So Google is making, see, you are thinking Google is doing charity by showing Mintra, Nankins, or maybe if you are searching home remedies for headache, home remedies for cough, you are thinking Google is doing charity. Google is helping you. Google has an objective. It wants people to be using and coming back again and again to Google. So people should rely on Google for everything, and people will of course also rely for something like this. And wherever it is a business intent, Google will encash it by serving the ads, by making it competitive. See, Google made this segment highly competitive. Cult cannot rank at all. Cult cannot rank at all. For an example, let's assume Cult cannot rank at all in the top in the next 1 month or 3 months, but Cult management says we want more business coming in. So now what Cult does? Cult goes and invests several crores here and starts getting business. So Google made it competitive, kept competition amongst these players, and that's when they started bidding here and spending the money. Clear? How Google makes money from this. These are called as search ads. These are called as shopping ads. There is something called as display ads, video ads, local ads. There are various kinds of ads. We are going to learn how to launch this ad. We are going to learn how to launch this kind of ads. We are going to learn how to launch a video ad. You must have seen skip ad. We are also going to learn how to run an ad. You will be seeing ads on various websites, right? You go to this website, you will see an ad of some business. If at all, if you want to show your business ad on other websites like this, that is also done using the Google Ads platform, or there are many other platforms to do. Multi-bagger stock weekly now. So the article is about stocks. See, this is called as keyword targeting display ad. So based on the terms in the article, if this article has books, you might see probably books related ads. That is once there are multiple scenarios which we are going to discuss all of them in depth. No, but you all understood the purpose, Google's main objective, right? If any website is not fulfilling those objectives, Google will lose the business. So now coming back, if Flipkart, you have clicked on Flipkart, but Flipkart has very good crawl frequency and Flipkart is ranking in the top, and you have clicked on Flipkart, but Flipkart says out of stock. Is it really serving the end user's purpose? Not serving, right? People started now feeling bad about it, what Google is doing. Correct. But how will Google know if that is really serving or not serving? So Flipkart blindly was showing results based on the crawl. People started complaining, boss, you are not serving. What are you serving? I am asking buy shows. I'm searching buy tomato and you're showing a website of Russian or maybe USA website, will I be able to buy tomatoes from USA? You are supposed to serve a website which is selling tomatoes in India, in Bangalore, in metropolitan, whichever place you are. See, Google was doing that. And there were searches buy shoes online in India. People, that's how this word originated. Google was serving results from USA, so that's when people started putting the term in India in the keyword. Now, eventually it evolved. It started showing results only from India without using other word. You just put buy shoes, it shows only the products from India, right? So now what Google did, Google introduced another metric. Crawl frequency is fine. Based on crawl frequency, it's ranking in the top, but that's not really serving the purpose. It's misleading. Sometimes Google is showing something that's not selling, which is out of stock. Or maybe it could be in the stock, but look at this, they have put 199 rupees. But when they go there, it's not selling at 199 rupees. No, I'm coming back to that. So now Google has introduced another metric. See, crawl frequency, if it is high, it is showing in the top. But that website may not necessarily serve the purpose. So what Google started doing, Google gave that option to end user. It did not tell, but that's how algorithm works. Whichever website is being clicked more number of times, I will move them to the top. Whichever website is being clicked more number of times, this is owned, let's assume this is owned by my friend and he has got 1 million friends from Bangalore alone. Now he says to all 1 million, click my website, super clicks. Everybody will start clicking on it and it will move to the top. No, that is different, but now let's assume our TV ads, this brand has not TV ads, correct? So now simple, Google algorithm first criteria, it says whomsoever websites, whichever website is getting crawled more number of times, I am going to show them in the top. But that's not really serving the purpose, end user's purpose. It might impact the experience because it's showing out of stock or maybe the website is not loading or there is some other issue. So that's when Google introduced another metric called click-through rate. So click-through rate, whichever website is being clicked more number of times, I'm going to move that to the top is what Google told, right? Click-through rate is the measure of ratio of number of people clicking your website against the number of people seeing your website. We all are searching buy shoes online and we all have searched across Bangalore or across India. Buy shoes online has been searched 1 lakh times today. Of this 1 lakh people or 1 lakh people are seeing this first 3 results. Number of people seeing your website is counted as impressions. And of this 1 lakh, 50,000 people, 60,000 people have clicked on Myntra, 20,000 people, 25,000 people have clicked on Neemans, and 15,000 people have clicked on Flipkart. So now the click-through rate is 15,000 people. Click-through rate Flipkart is 15,000 divided by 1 lakh. 1 lakh people are searching, right? So the number of impressions is 1 lakh. So 15,000 divided by 1 lakh into percentage is 15 percentage. So click-through rate is the measure of ratio of number of people clicking your website against the number of people seeing your website, which is nothing but impressions. So clicks divided by impressions into percentages, the click-through rate percentage. Clear what is click-through rate? You all understood? Say it here. So Google introduced that metric.
Impression means here it is flashing. Impression means here it is flashing the Flipkart. So that is considered as a one impression.
Yes.
And if I'm clicking that, it will be considered as a one by one.
Click. Yeah. 1 by 1 and 100% CTR. Yes. So now this big, see now you all are clear. Google is considering crawl frequency and people exploited it and made their website to be crawled more number of times. It's something like this. Your lecturer comes and leaks your question paper and says this 4 questions compulsorily will come in the exam. You will go and read them whole night 100 times. You know that those 4 questions are coming at any cost, correct? You will go and read all those 4 questions again and again. This is exploitation, right? So something like that has happened with Google crawl frequency as well. The moment people realize crawl frequency is going to move my website to the top, people started exploiting it. And with this exploitation, Google was serving wrong results and this wrong results impacted the end user experience. And that's when Google introduced a new metric called CTR. And you all know now, CTR is purely by users like you and me, whomsoever are using. If I'm clicking Flipkart more number of times, Flipkart moves top. But we human beings exploit everything. So people started exploiting CTR metric as well. We started making more and more people click on our websites by introducing terms like this. Rupees 199. This fellow may not be selling any shoes at 199 rupees, But then simply he's putting 199. By looking at this, we all people, public will start clicking on it. Correct? Or they'll put 70 percentage off. Looking at that 70 percentage off, you will click on it. Many people will start leaving this 199 or maybe something else. They'll start clicking, see 70% discount. By seeing the 70% discount, people will start clicking on it again and again. Not again and again. Majority of 1 lakh people, majority people might start clicking on it. But when you go there, no 70, not even 10 percentage off. And they have put 199. When you go there, 199, they must be probably selling kids shows. But 90% of the searches happening are not from the kids, but from the elders, adults, grown-up adults, men and women. Correct? They are selling small baby shows, and that to girl baby. They are capable of serving only a very small segment at 199 rupees price. Remaining 99% is not getting served. So remaining 99% audience experience is deteriorated and not effective. Correct? So it is not serving the purpose. But how do Google understand all of this? So Google, that's when people started exploiting by putting 99 rupees, 70% off, 90% off, free also. So that's when Google introduced another metric called user engagement. User engagement is measure of amount of time spent on the website by the user or the activity done by the user, and it ensures the final goal or objective of the user is fulfilled. Somebody who is meeting all these three criteria will be now moved to the top. So now basically in course of time Google evolved to such a level, right? First it was considering only crawl frequency and showing in the top. Later it realized it's not going to work and introduced CTR. CTR was also exploited, and then it introduced user engagement, right? So now crawl frequency is not really ranking your website in the top. It allows you to come closer to the first page or at the bottom of the first page. If you have good CTR, then you will move from there to the top or probably to the first position also. But CTR is not going to assure you the top ranking until and unless you have the best engagement, right? It's something like this. If you're reading more number of times, you will be cracking the interview exam, right? But that doesn't assure you the job, correct? You might have to clear the first round of interview, then only you will be eligible for second round. After clearing second round, then only you will be eligible for third round. After clearing all the rounds, you will be placed, correct? See, this colleges, the campuses, the institutions that come, the companies will put a cutoff criteria. Everybody will have 70 percentage and above. The company says somebody who has 65 percentage are eligible to attend the interview. In this scenario, everybody are eligible. See, having more than 65 percentage doesn't assure you the job now. It just makes you eligible to attend the interview, on campus interview, right? Same is the scenario here. So CTR crawl frequency doesn't really move to the top. It just brings you closer to the first page. Second round CTR moves you to the top, and after moving to the top, whether it should stay over there or not is decided by the engagement, right? You will be made CEO of Wipro. Will you stay in that CEO position or not will be decided by your performance. Clear? Right? Crawl frequency, CTR and engagement. The same applies for Google Ads as well. We'll discuss the next set of things in the upcoming classes. Right? So, and I'm hoping it's clear for all of you today, whatever we have discussed.
This has been whatever you explained today, that will be written in notes, right?
Notes and recorded also. Right? It's all in the notes already. Yeah? Guys, anybody has questions? Is that clear for everyone?
Yes, it is clear.
Okay, great. Then we'll connect back tomorrow at sharp 7:30. Okay, we'll get started with all the other terminologies. We'll understand what is needed to run the Google Ads, and then we'll get onto the platform. Slowly, we'll go slowly one by one in depth. Okay, yeah. Can we wind it up for today?